Meeting of the Greater Lafourche Port Commission will now come to order. Ms. Gwen Sherman, will you lead us in the pledge, please? Gina.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry. All right, next we have roll call. Mr. Cully, give us a roll call.
Yes, sir. Seat A, Chucky Sheremy.
Here.
Seat B, Tom Pete.
Here.
Seat C, Jimmy Lafourche.
Here.
Seat D, Rodney Disclair.
Here.
Seat E, Reggie Leday.
Here.
Seat F, Larry Griffin.
Here.
Seat G, John Mellison.
Here.
Seat H, Mike Cully here. Seat I, Chris Cully.
Here.
We have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Cully. Next, we have approved minutes for February 15, 2024 meeting. I need a motion. Moved by Mike Cully, second by John Mellison. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Next, we have director's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. First is our Northern Expansion projects, Northern Expansion Slip Deep Bulkhead, GIS Engineering. John.
Okay, we have redone the bid package for this particular project. We are ready to advertise. We're just trying to wait on DOTD approval. I think later on y'all agenda is a request to start advertising from them.
Yep. Any questions for John?
Thank you, Mr. Plazois.
Thank you.
All right, airport projects. First is the aircraft operations. David Brew.
All right, operations for last month, 1,500. We had 7,920 passengers and 15,302 vehicles visit.
All right, any questions on that? All right, Airport Connector Road and Bridge, PCO and Associates.
Yeah, Sea-Level Construction's the contractor. They're continuing to work on pouring concrete on the two main bridge towers. They moved the formwork from the 308 side to the LA1 side for the machinery deck. They're working right now to put rebar steel in there right now. They're hoping to make a concrete pour by the end of the month, early next month. They still have some asphalt paving to do, and they should be moving in the next 2 months to do that. And they continue to work on the machinery for the bridge structure at different fabrication shops. They are following a little bit behind schedule, and we're working with them to try to impress upon them to stay on schedule. So we'll keep you posted about that.
Okay. Any questions for Joe? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the PAPI LED upgrades, GIS Engineering.
Okay, this project is essentially finished. There is a piece that the port needs to replace, an electrical regulator, in order to complete the testing on it. I was here Monday night. That was supposed to be shipped last Friday, March 8th, which was a delay from January 12th. Well, it's been delayed again to March 18th, which the delays at least are getting shorter. So hopefully before the end of the month, we'll have it in place and everything wrapped up.
So what we understand is there's a component piece that is a specialized piece that they were waiting to receive to complete out the construction or the build out of the regulator. So hopefully they have that soon.
And Mr. Plazois, once we have this mechanism, how long will it take to install it, you think?
The installation is not going to take very long, I'm sure less than a day, but then we have to retest the system to make sure it works.
Thank you, sir.
Which might take, FAA, I think, has to come do that, so it takes a while to get them down here to do that.
Anybody ever tried to go and barbecue on it with them things?
Not that I know of, but
Look like some
you
good
never
fish
know.
to barbecue.
They sure do, don't they?
LED lights, they shouldn't be getting hot anymore.
Yeah, that's just true.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, moving on to the next project, the fuel system rehabilitation.
Okay, y'all awarded that construction contract to Volute at last month's meeting. We're still going through the paperwork. Their contracts are getting recorded, so at the end of the month, we should be having them working out there.
All right, any questions? All right, and the terminal project.
All those pieces are really coming together. We think we'll be ready to start advertising next month on that project.
All right. Any questions?
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
All right, moving on to other projects. The Leeville LA1 construction canal dredging and mitigation, Angela Design.
Okay, Coastal Dredge is the contractor on this project.
They are about 50% complete right now. It looks like they'll be done in about 2 months. As of now, they're about 3 months behind. The contract completion time ended beginning of December. We do have on the agenda for your consideration partial substantial completion for the first 2,300 feet, which is about half of the project. They are complete. We have surveyed it, and I think the intent is once that's approved by the board, it would be released to DOTD for them to begin doing what they want. But they are making good progress now. They had one pretty serious breakdown in the beginning of the project, but they're continuing to dredge that access channel and build new marsh.
All right. Any questions from you? All right, the Hurricane Ida repair projects versus the Fouchon Beach project.
Okay, this project is currently advertising to receive bids at 10 a.m. on April 3rd here.
All right, finally moving that along.
All right,
Any questions? Thank you, Neil.
thank you.
And the airport hangar replacement project, GIS engineering.
On that project, we're working with CSRS to finalize the bid package on that one. We expect to have that done in the next couple of weeks, so we think, again, beginning of April, we'll be ready to start advertising on that project.
All right. Any questions? All right, thank you, John. Before we move on to public comment, I want to recognize a few people in the audience and thank Fred Trowbridge with Congressman Kalisa's office. Thank you, Fred, for being here. Doug Sheremy with Governor Jeff Landry's office. Thanks, Doug, for being here today. And CEO of Lafourche Chamber, Lynn Kyle. Thanks for attending.
Yeah.
That concludes my report, Mr. President. Thank you. Okay, I can do that now. And we have a new employee who's present today, Ms. Gina Sheremy. We welcome you to the Greater Lafourche Port Commission, and thanks for jumping on the ship with us. And we look forward to long years of service here at the Port Commission for our community. So thank you for coming in on board with us.
Yeah, on behalf of the board, welcome, thank you for joining us. All right, you finished, Mr. Chasson?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All
very
right,
much.
any public comment? All right, next we're going into committee reports. We're gonna go into executive committee. Members are Chucky Sherman, Chairman, Rodney J. Gisclair Senior, Larry Griffin, and Jimmy Lafourche. First, we have consider approving the lease amendment request from USDNA NRCS Plant Material Center.
All right, we've been discussing the potential of this for several months now. So USDA NRCS Plant Materials Center has property at the airport on the industrial park area. The area on the bottom left of the picture, that area that's kind of hashed in red or pink colored is what they want to give up, and they're going to keep the rest. And then if you look up at the top right of the picture, the area that's in red, they would give up that square and then pick up a little bit further to the right of the picture, that little square that's currently not outlined. They would pick up that area. So they would have one big rectangle there and then the other piece on the towards the old farm area. Okay, recommendation to approve this lease
All
amendment.
right, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Rodney Gisclair, second by Mr. Tom Pete. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, we have consider approving the request from Sea Support Dock and Logistics to review the right of first refusal on sites GLF 320 and 321.
All right, this is a right of first refusal renewal. They've been having this for a couple years now. Recommendation to approve.
All right, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Larry Griffin, second by Mr. Reggie Ledet. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, we have considered approving the request from Secor Marine to extend the agreement for mooring and flotation canal.
All right, these are two spots that Secor Marine has been having for several years now. It's to the east of the last set of mooring dolphins. Recommendation to approve.
All right, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Jim Lafourche, second by Mr. Chris Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, we have consider approving the request from Bollinger Fouchon to renew lease GLF 502A, B, and C.
All right, these are the original Bollinger leases on Bayou Lafourche. We would recommendation to approve a 10-year with five-year option lease terms.
All right, I need a motion. Moved by Mr. Mike Collier, second by Mr. Larry Griffin. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, we have considered approving the request from T&M Food Catering Service to lease a portion of state GLF C 200.
All right, so this is the area of the old Cajun Truck Plaza building. We have been cleaning it up and taking all the, loose metal and things down. And they would like to lease this area so they can enhance their catering, the food truck capability there.
All right, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Tom Pete, second by Reggie Ledier. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, consider approving the reimbursement agreement with NOAA for the management, operations, and maintenance and repair for Port Fourchon Physical Oceanic Real-Time System at Nerby Collins Marina.
All right, this is for a 5-year period reimbursement where they have this equipment that they placed, NOAA did, and we pay for the maintenance of it.
All
Recommendation
right,
to
need a
approve.
motion. Moved by Mr. John Mellison, seconded by Mr. Larry Griffin. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, consider approving the cybersecurity training policy.
All right, as pursuant to state law that was passed last session, recommendation to approve this training policy.
All right, need a motion. Moved by Mike Colley, second by Chris Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, consider approving the advertisement for some employees.
All right, it's that time of year again. We're going to advertise for 4 summer positions at $10 an hour.
All right, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Larry Griffin, second by Mr. Rodney Gisclair. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, consider approving the cooperative endeavor agreement with the town of Golden Meadow for police patrol.
All right, this, as we are aware, the town of Golden Meadow is struggling with their police capability just with numbers right now. So this is a intergovernmental agreement between the Greater Lafourche Port Commission and the town of Golden Meadow to assist with police services for a period of time.
Right, need a motion. Moved by Mike Colley, second by Jim Lafont. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed. Next, that's it. All right, we're getting out of executive meeting, going to improvements and waterways. Members are Rodney Gisclair, Chairman, Reggie Ledier, Tom Pete, and Chucky Sherman. Mr. Gisclair, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. President. We were gonna review the permits. The first one is from Greater Lafourche Port Commission. It's to add 33 feet by 760 feet, 0.58 acres of stone, a top section of West Bell Pass jetty to repair damages sustained in Hurricane Ida and previous storms. Next, we have Shell Pipeline Company. Shell proposes the removal of approximately 1.336 cubic yards of riprap near the 12-inch Aflac pipeline. Nextly, we have the Louisiana Land and Exploration Company. Proposed coastal restoration project to plug a shoreline breach in an effort to prevent tidal scour and saltwater intrusion into a previous restoration project. Next, we have Greater Lafourche Port Commission. Proposed maintenance dredging of 4 slips. Spoil will be transported via barge and placed in disposal area adjacent to slip D. Approximately 35,950 cubic yards of material will be displaced.
And just a comment on that, this is something that is for Halliburton. They're gonna be doing the dredging, but we hold the permit and we tell them where to place the material.
Okay. Understood. Next, we have Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Proposal to remove 5 derelict vessels. And that concludes the permits review. Thank you, Mr. President. That concludes our report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gisclair. Next, we go to Construction and Development Committee. Members are Chris Colley, Chairman, Mike Colley, Jim Lafourche, and Chucky Sherman. Mr. Colley, your turn.
Good morning, and thank you, Mr. President. First, we have consider adopting the DOTD resolution to advertise Slip D bulkhead project.
All right, so this is a port priority project, so recommendation to approve this resolution.
All right, need a motion.
Move.
Moved by Mr. Chris Colley, second by Mr. Larry Griffin. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Next item, consider approving partial substantial completion certificate from Coastal Dredging Company for the Leeville LA1 construction, canal dredging, and mitigation project.
All right, so coastal dredging completed about 2,300 linear feet of this area. Recommendation to approve this partial substantial
All
completion.
right, I need a motion. Moved by Mr. Chris Colley, second by Mr. Jim Lafourche. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Mr. President, this concludes the Construction and Development Committee report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Colley. Now we're going to the Finance Committee. Members are John Mellison Jr., Chairman, Larry Griffin, Chris Colley, and Chucky Sherman. Mr. Mellison.
Good morning and thank you, Mr. President. We'll begin by consider approving payment of the February 2024 invoices and recognizing those expenditures over $25,000. And we'll begin with item 1, Coastal Dredging Company Incorporated, $505,919.53. That's for LA1 Phase 2 Construction, Canal Dredging, and Marsh Creation Project. Next, we have Sea Level Construction, $386,230.73. That's for the Airport Connector Road and Bridge Project. Item 3, GIS Engineering, $300,397.50. That's for Port Fourchon Marsh Creation Project, Fourchon Island Feed Study, the Belpass Channel Deepening, and General Engineering. Next, we have Angelette Design LLC, $140,190.94. That's for the Lafourche Flotation Canal Bulkhead, along with the LA1 Phase 2 Construction, Canal Dredging, and Mitigation. Item 5, Arco Power Systems, $83,847.81. That's for the generators for Fourchon Comms Tower and Airport Lighting Vault. Item 6, Premier Chrysler Jeep Dodge, $38,649.95. And that's for a 2023 Ram 1500 truck. Item 7, Blackhawk Datacom, $36,705.69. That's for Fourchon Access Control and Maintenance. And last, we have PCO and Associates, $28,587.08. That's for the Airport Connector Road and Bridge Project. These expenditures, along with our others, bring us to a total of $2,783,315.15. And Mr. Griffin, if everything checks out with you, I'd like to make a motion, we accept these.
You never cease to amaze me with your numbers.
Man.
You did a good job.
Hey, thank you, sir. Can you second that for us?
I will second it.
I got a motion by Mr. John Mellison, second by Mr. Larry Griffin. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Next, we have consider approving the February 2024 preliminary unaudited financial statements as discussed on Monday night. Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion, we accept this.
All right, got a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Mr. Tom P. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
Next, we have consider approving the out-of-state travel and training request. We have Director Chasson attending the National Ocean Industries Association annual meeting in Washington, D.C., April 16th through the 19th. And Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion, we accept this.
Yes, I got a motion by Mr. Mellison, got a second by Mr. Chris Colley. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
And last, we have consider approving the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire. Mr. Chasson, you have anything to add to that?
Yes, the Louisiana Compliance Questionnaire is part of our annual auditing process. Recommendation to approve.
Like to move, Mr. President?
All right, got a motion by Mr. Mellison, second by Mr. Rodney Gisclair. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passed.
Mr. President, this concludes the Finance Committee report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mellison. We have any other business? Any public comment? Mr. Lafourche.
Move that we adjourn, Mr.
I got a motion by Mr. Jim Lafourche, second by Mr. Tom Peet. Any discussion? Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. I know it's gonna be kinda early, but, we won't have a meeting till Easter, so like everyone in our area, to have themselves a very, very happy Easter. And remember, like Mr. Larry says, it's because of God and Jesus. So how you put it, Mr. Larry?
Remember, Jesus is the reason for the season.
There you
That's
go.
right. So everybody have a good Friday and a happy Easter from the Greater Lafourche Port Commission and all employees. Meeting adjourned.